KALW.
Oh, am I ready? I don't know. Fuck. Because it kind of feels like once you go in, you don't come out for 11 days, 12 days, which is a long time to be kind of in a different world. And that's the hope. What would be upsetting is if it didn't feel like a different world. I mean, that's why I've gone all these years.
Welcome to a new season of The Intersection. For the last 2 seasons, we looked at the big picture by narrowing our gaze to a single dot on the map, a street corner. We spent a year in the Tenderloin at a corner where an open-air drug market existed alongside a middle school and a health clinic. In Season 2, we headed to an intersection in the middle of Google's headquarters in Silicon Valley. This time around, we are doing something completely different. The city we are heading to is temporary, and the intersections are conceptual. This season, we are heading to a remote desert in Nevada. We are going to Burning Man. I started going to Burning Man in 1996. It's been 4 years since the last time, the longest stretch I've gone without coming here. But earlier this year, as summer approached, I began to hear the grumblings.
New at 6, another battle is brewing over this year's Burning Man.
There was talk that the Bureau of Land Management, the BLM, might not renew the permit for the event, which takes place on federal land, or that they might enact some onerous restrictions that would fundamentally change it.
The BLM says it wants to put in new security measures for Burning Man.
The Bureau of Land Management may require drug screening.
More police searches and new barriers.
Screenings for weapons and drugs.
There were even rumors that this year's Burning Man was in jeopardy.
Another alternative, which would cancel the festival completely, has been set aside, according to a BLM representative.
People are used to going out on the playa. They would still show up.
In the end, just a couple of months before the event, the BLM approved this year's permit, but capped future attendance at 80,000. This got me thinking about another subculture born in the Bay Area, the hippies. When the 50th anniversary of the Summer of Love was celebrated a few years ago, a lot of the folks who were there in '67 had already passed, and those who were still around spent a lot of time correcting the record. So-called hippies have shaped how we eat and pray, exercise, and dress. But they had become little more than a punchline, a weed-smoking, long-haired Halloween costume. I fear the same could happen to Burning Man, that our story will similarly be misrepresented or minimized. In case you can't tell, I am a self-identified burner, and I do care about its legacy. So here I am, in a tiny car, packed to the gills with water, food, caffeine, costumes, first aid supplies, and for the first time, I've got tons of audio equipment and a mission to capture the magic and the mundane, the changes and the contradictions of Burning Man in the present tense, before it's over or loses all connection to its origins. It all began in San Francisco in 1986, when a ragtag group of artists, pranksters, and passersby came together on Baker Beach. A wooden effigy of a man, a stick figure really, had been built and was burned as dozens looked on. It became a summer solstice tradition. By 1990, the gathering picked up a name, Burning Man, and grew to hundreds. This time, the cops were onto them, and nothing would be burned. A couple of months later, over a Labor Day weekend, they took that effigy to Nevada's Black Rock Desert and burnt it there. Since then, hundreds of thousands of people have descended on this chalky patch of desert, which becomes Black Rock City for just a little while each year.
I can see the entrance.
This right here is where the pavement meets the playa, where the outside world intersects with a temporary utopia.
Oh, am I ready? I don't know. Okay, we are turning off. Whoa, this is where it gets desolate. It's crazy that we make our way out here every year, because it really is inhospitable. And I have to pee so badly.
In the early years, you ended up at Burning Man because someone told you about it. For me, it was my roommate Larry, who'd been the year before. That first year, as we approached the entrance, I was petrified. What if I couldn't deal with the heat and dust? What if I had a bad trip? What if I just wanted to leave? Spoiler alert, I stayed. But it did feel like an alternate reality, with no obvious rules or enforcers, no phones, no electricity, and no real contact with civilization. I mean, when we were at Burning Man in 1997, we heard Lady Diana was killed and thought it was a prank. Here's the thing. Something happens when the outside world falls away, and you can do whatever you want, whenever you want. You have to trust your gut. And when you find yourself in the emptiness at night under a dome of stars, you imagine what's possible. And if you keep going, bike further and further into the nothingness, you just may end up at what feels like a rave on the surface of the moon. How can that not affect you? I remember returning to San Francisco after that first year and trying to articulate what I'd experienced. Here's the best I could come up with. Imagine thousands of incredibly cynical people coming together to build a city, and for a little while having no reason to be cynical. I returned a dozen times over the next 2 decades. Burning Man became an annual ritual, my personal New Year's, where I checked in, took stock of my life, and, when necessary, course corrected.
Stop! You put it in park?
I can.
Hi. Do you have any plants, animals, firearms, explosives, people stuffed back here?
No.
No. Alright. Have you been in early before?
Yes, not this early, but yeah.
Cool. So, work access fast first, please.
In the time that I've been attending, the event has grown from 8,000 to 80,000 people. The wooden man at the center has risen from 8 feet to over 100. And base ticket prices have soared from $35 to nearly $500. Everything has been supersized. The art got more ambitious and more intricate, the music louder and just a little more varied. The vehicles mutated from jazzed-up golf carts into multi-million-dollar, fire-spewing behemoths. At the same time, what was originally utter chaos was tamed by a grid of streets and basic infrastructure. What began as a below-the-radar happening became a cultural phenomenon worthy of an exhibition at the Smithsonian.
This is the hand you do not wipe with?
Do you ask that of everyone?
I do.
Burning Man is still a magnet for artists, ravers, and radicals. But now, it attracts moguls and models looking for a good time and a gorgeous backdrop for their Instagram feeds.
All right, 5 miles an hour on Gate Road. As soon as they're clear to go, you're free to go.
Okay.
And Media Mecca is open. All right.
Bye now.
Hold up. Don't go too close. They
Okay.
might still need to search that vehicle.
Okay. Okay, we are in. We will be greeted soon.
Population growth came with a healthy dose of the real world. Bikes started to go missing, so we started to lock them up. Tickets became harder to come by as demand outstripped supply, and scalpers got in on the action. Instead of doing whatever, wherever out here, we now had to worry about the roving police cars. And while my camp used to serve bacon and Bloody Marys to anyone who showed up, we now had to adhere to an actual health code, check IDs, and set a schedule for service. And I get it. More people means more problems like theft and sexual assault. And that means more rules.
Just little old me.
Welcome home. I love you. F*** your burn. Daft Punk at the trash fence. All those fun things. Walmart's at center camp. Amazon delivers every hour. Ice is free. You just need to wish it and drones will deliver it for you. The Wi-Fi password is Big Imagination, all lowercase, one word.
Fantastic.
Yep. Anything else? You been here before?
Yeah.
Cool.
Media Mecca. What time is it open? Do you know?
I'm not sure. That is above my pay grade. I just stand out here without any pants and drink free beer.
You're right. You're not wearing any.
I'm not lying.
pants.
Nope. I mean, I have a He-Man merkin on, so.
I love American.
Who doesn't?
And the
right?
carpets match the drapes.
They do match the drapes. You got to keep the carpet shaped.
It's one thing for burners to gripe, but it is irritating to hear people who have never been talk about how much it's changed, how it's just an excuse for a bunch of rich white techies to have sex and do drugs. And it's understandable, since there's a lot of that in the press and on social media. Even a recent New York Times article about a Nobel-winning economist doing research at Burning Man mentioned orgies 3 times in the first 150 words. What doesn't really cut through is why mayors from around the world attend each year, or how many green innovations and social service organizations have been born right here, or that many of the people who bring large-scale art projects to the Playa can now actually make a year-round living as artists. But how do you tell the story of this sprawling temporary city and its inhabitants? How do you capture 400 art installations, 700 mutant vehicles, and millions of spontaneous interactions? How do you begin to chronicle the nearly 1,500 theme camps, including camps for Christians, furries, deaf burners, sober burners, kids, clowns, scientists, people of color, and the polyamorous? I mean, at any given time, you can choose from hundreds of workshops, performances, and offerings. You can get your bike repaired, your aura read, and your genitals painted. You can score freshly baked bread, vegan ramen, and poutine. You can get your pupils dilated, your bottom spanked, and procure a morning after pill. And not a penny changes hands.
It's gonna white out, so I'm gonna let you go, because then we gotta stop you when it does.
Okay.
Welcome home.
All right, thank you. Okay, it's official. We are in. Oh my God, this is hideous. It is dusty as out here. Well, I think I'm gonna sign off for right now and deal with the whiteout. Ugh. Okay, bye for now. So here's the deal. What you're going to hear over the course of the season are the stories that caught my eyes and ears. It is not definitive, but hopefully it's representative. After a bad night's sleep in a borrowed tent, I squeeze into my signature ladybug outfit, hop on a beat-up bike that I keep just for Burning Man, and I head out. I'm going to meet a family that's building a giant peacock art car on the other side of the city. Then I hear the tinkle of nearby piano keys. There's an older gentleman with gray hair and a bushy mustache. He's tuning an old upright, 50 feet away, at the big queer fluorescent camp across the street. What are you up to?
About 185 centimeters. I'm just tuning some pianos. I can sniff out pianos pretty well, and I tune them up for people. Yeah, I love this camp. It's a really wild and flamboyant camp here, and they love the piano. You guys know this one?
So tell me who you are. Tell me who you are. I'll tell you who I am. I'm David Boyer. And
You're David Boyer.
I am. I work with KLW in San
That's my
Francisco.
brother, is David Boyer.
Well,
I'll be damned. I'm Dan Boyer. They call me Dan the Piano Man. That's an uncanny coincidence there.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me some skin, man.
Yeah.
That is really wild.
This is what we call playa magic.
So how many pianos will you tune when you're out here?
Last year I tuned 12 here.
Oh, you're the piano guy.
Yay, come on back over.
You're doing our thing?
Yeah, you guys have this facing the sun, which is the cardinal sin, but it's mostly plastic, so it'll take a beating, keep on cheating.
Got it for $400 in the Mission.
Get out.
All right.
I said, we should have a piano, and the truck was leaving. I was like, there's still room, we have to get something. Like, let's get a piano. It's like, went on Craigslist. It's so fabulous.
Yeah. Did you call him?
No, he wanders about, finding pianos all over the playa in need of help. That's his jam.
That's how I get
No,
there.
seriously. No.
I know where all the pianos are in here. So if you're a lounge lizard, I could show you where to find those lounges.
Turns out there are a lot of pianos out here. At Black Rock Piano Lounge, Lost Penguin Saloon, Shangri-La-less, the Playa Jazz Cafe, or in the middle of a road. There's even one massive piece of art constructed with the innards of 90 pianos.
So what are the elements out here that fuck with a piano?
Oh, they don't like dryness. And I just put wet cardboard in there every day.
Wet cardboard?
Yeah, under the bottom of the piano here is a little trap door, and I just stick wet cardboard in there every day, and it keeps it nice and tight, swelled up.
How'd you figure that out?
It's physics, you know. Just
what's physics?
Yeah, it works.
Yeah? Oh my God. When did you start playing piano?
Well, when I was about 10. Yeah, and I picked up the piano tuning when I was 15. And this is my 50th year as a piano tuner.
Burning Man is not about buying or bartering. There are no souvenir vendors or beer stands. The only things for sale in Black Rock City are ice and coffee. And there are no piano tuners or anyone else for hire.
If I was charging the going rate, I'd be making a nice little 4-digit figure, but I don't need cash. I'm an outdoor dog, and I just don't really use money. I eat about 1,000 calories a day, and prefer camping over being indoors. And my friends are all billionaires and movie stars. I just don't care for that. I just want to run a fast mile, and I just want to survive. I don't know how long we're going to live, but I squeeze more nectar out than a hummingbird, pound per pound. Yeah, it's good here. Wish I could give more. There's just something about when it just chimes in where it's supposed to be, you just know it. It's just sweet. You just get the same sensation. It's a little mini thrill. So that's why I just love doing this, just straightening these things out. Okay, I gotta apologize. This won't be a perfect tuning. It's a real quick one, but it's so close.
This piano was barely listenable to my ear before. Thank you.
Yeah, it's getting good.
Here's what I love about this city. Amid the art and electronica, dust and chaos, there's this guy, doing what he loves. A woman who you'll meet later in the season said something that really stuck with me. She said, people come here to release their gifts. And that's how this place is built, year after year.
Yeah. I'm gonna run across you. Will you come by and say hello?
You're right over there?
Yeah, we're right there.
Oh, too cool, Dave.
Yeah, please. Come by and meet
I will never forget your name. Yeah, I've never been interviewed. I've never had such an uncanny coincidence. And you're just a cool, charming cat.
Ah, got that on tape. Thank you so much. That's Dan the Piano Man, here, Black Rock City.
Thanks for listening to the first episode of our new season. On the next episode, we'll get back on track and head toward a giant peacock on the other side of the city. We'll catch up with a family of makers as they rush to finish building an ambitious art car that's in honor of their 91-year-old Nana.
So this is a 1997 Honda Civic. My mom drove it for 10 years. She then gave it to my nephew, Cassidy, who drove it for 10 years. And he decided to get a new car, and he said, let's make an art car. And then he came up with the peacock because my mom tells a story about a peacock.
Originally, it was going to be a giant penis with feathers, so thank God my aunt got involved.
Yep, Dad, do not stand on that board. That board is not supported. You need to be on the edges of it. Yep. Okay. Everybody else who's made an art car was like, don't do it.
And what are you thinking right now?
I'm thinking they were right.
New episodes every other Wednesday. So subscribe to the Intersection podcast wherever you get your audio fix. And if you like what you hear, go on, leave us a review. The Intersection is a co-production of David Boyer and KALW. Jonathan Davis is the associate producer. It's edited by Ben Trefny and Lisa Morehouse and engineered for your listening pleasure by Gabe Graben and Tark Vuda, with theme music from Eric Pearson. And this week we were joined by my tracking coach, Janae Darden, who made me sound, well, you tell me. Until next time, I'm David Boyer, and this is The Intersection.